Gift card season is upon us, and eShop gift cards are the sweetest of the bunch. Today, we are going on a $100 eShop shopping spree and seeing who can get the best bag of loot. What's up, everybody? It's Zach from Switchforce. Gabe is here, and we have granted ourselves $100 to come up with the best assortment of eShop games on Nintendo Switch. We have each made our picks blindly, so we don't know what the other has chosen, and we're going to go through our $100 shopping spree with you. Then, in the comments below, let us know whose bundle of games you prefer. Which one would you rather have with $100 of eShop credit?
Zach, I think this is going to be a little bit of fun. I'm hoping there isn't a whole lot of overlap. We're 100% honest when we say we don't know what each of us picked. So
zero clue.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for sure. We're going to have to watch the video back ourselves individually to see what the other person saw. But yeah, I thought this could be fun, especially since I know a lot of people do get gift cards, and we get a lot of questions about, hey, I have a X amount of money for eShop. What games can I get that are pretty cheap? And there's some sales going on right now as well, and we'll talk about that during our portion of the video here. But yeah, I think it would be fun.
Yeah. The rules are you cannot go over $100 no matter what. Even if you have a few pennies left over, you got to stay under 100. So without further ado, the shopping sprees on eShop begin right about now.
So we are going to get started with Oxenfree, available for $5 right now on eShop. I don't know how long that sale is going to last. It's probably just a holiday sale, so take advantage of it. It is a cool little adventure game with like paranormal elements. You're hanging out on an island with your friends and weird stuff starts happening, possessions. I don't want to spoil too much, but the game is really cool. For $5, it's an absolute steal. I remember it coming out really early in the year when it originally came out some time ago, and me thinking like, hey, this is like my game of the year so far, even though it's only like January or February. I forget exactly what month it released in, but Oxenfree for $5, absolute steal. Next up, we do have, and I talk about this game a lot. I know not everybody loves it as much as I do, but Snipper Clips for $20. Look, it's a phenomenal cooperative game. Whether you have a significant other, brother, sister, mother, dad, doesn't matter who you play with, playing Snipper Clips is a blast. And anybody that I've ever played the game with absolutely had a great time with it as well. The puzzles do get difficult enough where if you are like more of a hardcore gamer, you will absolutely have fun with it as well. I'm not going to talk your ears off about Snipper Clips, but $20, it's not on sale or anything like that, but I think it's a must-own for any Switch owner, especially if you just got your Switch for a holiday. This is the one. Play it with your friends or anybody, and you're going to have a blast. After that, though, Rocket League, another game that you can play with friends. This has a cross-platform play with other platforms. You will always have somebody to play Rocket League with on the Switch because of that cross-platform integration. Really, really great game. For some reason, people gravitated towards Rocket League and made it this game that just completely blew up, and the game deserves it. It is soccer with cars, and it's awesome. If you've never heard of it, you've been living under a rock, I suggest you get on it. Rocket League is absolutely awesome for $15 on eShop. After that, we have one of my favorite Metroidvanias in recent memory, Axiom Verge, available for $16. That is technically on sale. The game costs $20. So for $16, you get an absolutely amazing single-player adventure. There is no multiplayer whatsoever in this. If you miss the days of like really, really awesome Metroidvanias, if you like Super Metroid a whole lot, this game does it for you. There's cool boss fights. There's like weapons and abilities, power-ups, everything you want in a Metroidvania, Axiom Verge has. On top of that, fantastic music. Axiom Verge, absolutely a steal for $16, and taking it on the go on the Nintendo Switch is absolutely perfect. Next up, we have Stardew Valley for $15. Stardew Valley, another game that has been out for quite some time, but people really, really love. It came to Switch. People love tending their farms on the go. I know it has been on top of the bestsellers list, and by on top, I don't necessarily mean number one, but it's consistently in the top 5 bestsellers for eShop, and with good reason. The game is going to get a multiplayer update in the coming year, and that is coming to Switch, so you are going to be able to have some co-op fun as well. But for now, start your farm, get ready for the coming harvesting season. Stardew Valley is an absolute must-own on Switch as well. After that, though, there's no way Zach has this on the list. Sonic Mania for $20. Look, there was 2 Sonic games out in 2017. Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, Skip Forces, even though that is on sale on eShop as well. Sonic Mania for $20, absolutely great. It's a throwback to what everybody loved about Sonic. It is a mixture of older redesigned levels and like a few very cool new levels where Sonic has all types of very cool adventures. You gotta go fast. Sonic Mania available for $20. Everybody knows what Sonic Mania is. I won't talk your ears off about that one either. Last up on the list to round us up, because we're getting dangerously close to the $100 price point. Before this, we are at $91. So I had to find a game that wasn't too expensive, but I still thought was cool. And I know people aren't going to like this, but I went with Arcade Archives Mario Brothers. Not the new one. By new, the one that came out last week. I mean the first Arcade Archives that got released. Look, I like it. It's old. It's $8. You might not like the price point, but right for the little game we're playing here, where we had $100 to spend, that $8 price point brings me right to $99, which fantastic. This is a lot of games. Now, this doesn't have any online multiplayer, but you can play locally with other people. There is the leaderboard stuff, so there is some semblance of online stuff if you really want to chase those high scores. So I think it's a really good time, and I think it rounds up the list pretty well here. So we have Oxenfree for $5, Snipper Clips for $20, Rocket League for $15, Axiom Verge for $16, Stardew Valley for $15, Sonic Mania for $20, and then we have Arcade Archives Mario Brothers for $8. I think that's a cool list. I think there's so much fun to be had there with others and by yourself. And I kind of like my list. Let me know which one of the 2 lists you prefer in the comments, and we will see. I have no idea what Zach's list is consisting of, but I think my list is a little hard to beat.
$100 of eShop credit. Ooh, it feels so good to have all those gold coins. For my shopping spree, I wanted to get a bunch of games across a bunch of genres. Some small, some big, some single player, some multiplayer. So we start off with my current favorite Switch title, Enter the Gungeon. It is a $15 roguelike that is so freaking cool. I personally prefer this over Binding of Isaac, especially since it's less than half the price on Switch. It is absolutely epic in every way. It's very challenging, so that may turn a few people off. But if you can get past the difficulty, it is such a good roguelike. The shooting is so fun, and it has so much charm in dungeons full of crazy bosses, cool enemies, and awesome guns. Next up, we're going to keep the difficulty rolling quite literally with The End Is Nigh. At $15, it is awesome. The physical cartridge is more expensive, but this is an eShop focused video, so we get the sweeter price. This game comes from the people that brought you Super Meat Boy, and while that is released in January, The End Is Nigh is far newer, and I think almost just as fun. It has a ton of levels, it's great for on the go, it's going to keep you trying over and over again, and it just has that weird, strange charm that you've come to know and love from these crazy creators. We're only at $30, so we've got lots of coins to spend, and my next 15 are going to go to SteamWorld Dig 2. This is quite possibly the best indie game on Switch. I loved it from start to finish. The mechanics, the 30-second loop is incredibly fun. It's got a ton of charm, excellent polish, and it's probably the best game that Image & Form Games have made, which is saying a lot because they've made only great games. Now, you might want to keep your eyes peeled for SteamWorld Heist releasing later this month, but right now, it's on sale, it's $15. You gotta add SteamWorld Dig 2 to my shopping spree list. Alright, so that's a lot of single player. Let's take things to the friends and family side of the equation with Overcooked Special Edition on sale for $16. This is one of my favorite multiplayer games of the last decade, and that's saying a lot. It is an absolutely incredible indie, full of chaos, full of tension, full of confusion, full of goofs, full of laughs, and full of a little bit of conflict, but trust me, this is the best game to play with your significant other, with your best friend, with your brother or sister. Cooking together is rewarding. You will learn things about each other that you never knew, and you will probably get more angry with each other than you thought possible, but at the end of the day, when you make that delicious mushroom soup, there will be nothing but hugs and happiness. Let's keep the party train rolling with the Smash Bros. Alike Brawlout. $20, it just came out. I think it's so much fun. There are some notable issues with the online play, but they have promised to work on that, as well as lowering the requirements for unlock. So I'm confident that they can get this game into a sweet spot, because the actual play is super fun. It has very creative characters, a really nice art style, it brings in some indie stars, and I think it's a great holdover for $20 until we do eventually get our Smash Brothers on Switch. I've loved playing Brawlout with Gabe and with Jake, and if they get the online right, this is definitely a must-have for Switch. We've only got $19 to spend, so I had to get a little crafty here, and I'm gonna go with a $5 title, which is Mom Hid My Game. This just came out. It's kind of just a hide-and-seek, where's Waldo, click around the screen type game, but at $5, it's really fun. It's simplistic, but I like the mechanic, I like the idea, and I kind of strangely love seeing the creepy mom hiding behind lamps, hiding behind curtains, and trying to get your game back before she spots you. It's a really weird title, but it's one that fits great on the Switch, especially taking advantage of that touchscreen that not many games use these days. We've made it to my final selection, but it's still a gem, quite literally. Graceful Explosion Machine is $13, and that brings us to 99 gold coins. We just made it under 100, and you get one final game that is one of my original indie favorites on Switch. It is a score attack bonanza that is an absolute blast. I love how the screen loops infinitely from left to right and from right to left as you try to avoid enemies and take them down with your simple but awesome arsenal of weaponry. It is really fun to keep your combo meter going, see if you can reach gold medal status, and I think it's a great bite-sized game for on the go and the perfect way to wrap up my $100. So in conclusion, we got 7 games for our $100 eShop gift card. I think that's pretty awesome. A lot of games across a lot of genres. So to recap, we got Enter the Gungeon, The End is Nigh, SteamWorld Dig 2, Overcooked Special Edition, Brawlout, Mom Hid My Game, and Graceful Explosion Machine. I hope you like the sound of that, because I sure do, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments whose $100 shopping spree you would rather have, Gabe's or mine. Let us know your pick and why in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from Switch Force and cool videos like these. Until that next time though, everybody, for myself and Gabe, Switch Force out.